Jeff Brown just warming the crowd. Just reminds you of one change for Burnley. Alan Moor back in the side, suspended Robbie Blake. Blake is available next Saturday for that cup tie, of course. She had a good game this week.
Number 10, Ian Moore. Number 12, Tony Grant. Number 14, McGregor. Number 11, Alan Moore.
So we've got to get on with it.
Very own Richard Chaplow. Now a new signing today from Manchester United. On loan. Welcome, Neil Ward. The substitutes today are Rachubka, Darius, Chadwick, Camara and Rhino. Just before we start, can I bring it down to order? And can I just have a second of your time? Ladies and gentlemen, in the last few weeks we've seen some great acts of kindness towards the great Burnley Football Club. You read in the press about a little girl called Jessica Pinkham is an inspiration to them all. I would like to say thank you to her and Anna and all you people who put in money into this club. Now, let's get behind the team and up the players, let's go!
Teams are just switching ends. Burnley against Gillingham. Go through the Burnley side for you once again. Brian Jensen in goal. A back four of Lee Roche, David May, Mark McGregor and Mo Camara. In midfield, Glen Little, Richard Chaplow, Tony Grant and Alan Moore. Neil Wood, we think, will play just behind Ian Moore. On the bench, Rachubka, West, Chadwick, Weller and Orr. Just quickly through the Gillingham side. Jason Brown in goal. Kevin James, Barry Ashby, Chris Hope, Leon Johnson, Andy Hessenthaler, Paul Smith, Danny Spiller, Alan Pouton, Darius Henderson and Patrick Agyemang. We're almost ready to get underway. Burnley will kick off, attacking right to left. Big game, 6-pointer. It's one the Clarets have to win to try and get away from the bottom.
I think this picture will probably suit Wood a bit better than the Wigan one. It looks in very good condition. See the amount of rain we've had in East Lancashire, and it looks in fairly good condition. A bit of sand where the cheerleaders have just been, but I'm sure it won't cause us too much problem.
No, it looks in good nick. We're underway. Burnley have kicked the ball out of play, unfortunately, immediately, so it'll be a throwing way on that far side, deeper in their own half for Gillingham. So Wall of Legends opened at 2 o'clock. Good presentation outside the Jimmy Mack stand, and many of those legends were here before kick-off. Burnley with Grant there, just knocking that forward. Ian Moore was coming back from an offside position. Good work from Chaplow, finds Little. Good work from Little, but he's running into trouble there. But Tony Grant picks up the loose ball, gives it to Little again. Little trying to get away from his man. Chaplow helps in on nicely. Chance to get a cross in here. It's looking towards Alan Moore, but Jason Brown out of his goal to take it. Comfortable catch. But again, indications we'll get numbers forward.
Certainly ball out of play early on, just tried to pen them in there a bit, and tracking work from Tony Grant and a bit of skill from Richard Chaplow.
Just at the moment he looks like 5 in midfield, Ian Moore up front on his own, and an opportunity for all of that 5 to get forward if possible. Perhaps Tony Grant playing the anchor role. Ball's with Jason Brown again, played reserve team football in the week after a long spell out with injury. He was sort of touch and go whether he'd make it. They've had Nico Vasson on loan in recent weeks. That's a poor header this time by Gillian, back towards their own goal, and Ashby struggling here. He'll look to try and knock it back. He knocks it out of play, in fact, on that far side. Throwing to Burnley. Difficult win, and that's going to cause problems.
So there's ball catching up already in the wind early doors, and that could be why Gillingham chose to swap halves.
Yeah, you could be right. They won the toss, elected to swap round. There's a free kick here against Burnley. The referee, I think, played on to see if he could get an advantage for the visitors, but he couldn't. So free kick then to the Gills. It is Kevin James lining up at right back. I thought that might be the case, but Chris Hope, the former Scunthorpe defender, to take the free kick. He's going to knock it short, I think, for Paul Smith. No, decides not to. He's going to hit this long, aim it towards Henderson. Just got caught up in the wind. Header won by David May. Forward towards Ian Moore. We're trying to lay it off for Alan Moore, but it's a good clearance from James with his right foot. Flick on from Henderson. This should be routine for Camara, coming around from left back, but he's not that out of play. It would be a throwing to Gillingham. They've 36 points. Burnley have got 31. It's a 5 in it. Gillingham won last week against Bradford. It was an Agyemang goal on his own debut. Bradford fans have got their money back for that one. That's McGregor just half clearing that. Burnley need to win the next ball. Chaplow just flicks the header on, but it's going to come back in here for Moor. McGregor leaves it for Jensen. Just about got that worked out ahead of Agyemang. And Jensen collects it, rolls it out immediately for Roche. Roche will have a look up here. Looks to try and hit a ball long, but he's won himself a throwing on the halfway line. It's 2-2 full time at Derby. Derby 2, Cardiff 2. So Derby have got a valuable point. And Leon Osman, who's on loan from Everton, I think, got the equaliser in that game. So 2-2 Derby and Cardiff. That was an early kick-off. So Derby a point closer to Burnley after that. Chance perhaps from Neil Wood to get the ball here. It's left for Alan Moore. Alan Moore back to Camara. Camara forward for Wood. Wood having to turn back. Gives it back to Camara. Camara trying to get a cross in. It's deep, but Jason Brown will come and collect this comfortably. No problem at all. So life without Robbie Blake. It looks like it's a packed midfield.
Yeah, it certainly looks so they've gone 5 midfield, and you said earlier Grant possibly the anchor role, letting the other 4 get well forward, but this wind causing quite a lot of problems. Brown's kicking's not really getting over the halfway line.
Well, Burnley got the wind to their advantage in the first half, but it's a swirling wind, and I think it's that unpredictable. Throwing from Camara finds Alan Moore, and they're trying to get away from 2 defenders. Can't do. Come away with the ball here. One ball forward from Hessenthaler. May to it first. Finds Alan Moore with the clearance. Here's Camara. Camara with the ball forward. Finds Ian Moore in a bit of space here. Ian Moore turns to try and have a run at Ashby. That's Kevin James just to help out. James will knock it back to Ashby. Big clearance from the former Watford and Brentford man. Camara won the header, but gives it away to Hessenthaler. Flick on here from Henderson. Chaplow getting back to work hard against Smith. Smith finds Agyemang. Agyemang's turn. McGregor there. Agyemang on his own almost, but runs into trouble. It's Camara covering that wins the ball, and it's gone through to Brian Jensen. Early indications are that Agyemang's the danger man.
He's certainly a big gangly fella, the former Wimbledon player, and it looks like he's going to cause a few problems for the Clark's defence.
Big kick from Brian Jensen goes out of play at the other end. Ian Moore was chasing it with Barry Ashby, but it's that type of day. I remember Jim McDonough scoring against Burnley at Bolton, 1983 I think it was. It's not a pretty sight seeing a goalkeeper score. I don't think we'll get that today because the wind's perhaps not that strong. Jason Brown taking his time with this goal kick. Not certain he's 100% fit, but ready to take the field again. Here he does with his kick, right-footed to the centre circle. Chaplow underneath it, but can't win the header against Spiller. Granting to win the next ball. Gives it to Glen Little. Little with the ball forward, looking for Ian Moore. He's going to have to run hard today. It's headed away. Hessenthaler battling on that far side to try and win the ball back. Roche gives it to May. May with the ball forward. Ian Moore will chase this, but hope to it first, as he headed that out of play has. It'll be a throw-in to Burnley, almost halfway inside the Gillingham half. The score's 0-0. We've played 5 minutes. Remember, Burnley won the cup tie here 2 weeks ago, 3-1. Chaplow gets away from his man. Down that right side, as he overhit it, he'll get a cross in, I think, because he won a corner. He hasn't. No, it's a goal kick. His second touch perhaps leaning down there, Andrew. Yeah,
good touch to take it past the defender, and then, like you say, touch just too far. Couldn't really get his foot around it then to bend it back in.
So goal kick then to the visitors. The record between these 2 clubs here, League and Cup, is Burnley 7 wins, Gillingham 5. So they've done quite well at Turf Moor, and 3 draws. You'll have to go back 2 weeks for that last Burnley win. Here's Jason Brown taking his time with the goal kick. He's gone down the middle looking for Henderson. And McGregor did enough to put him off there. Smith wins the next header though. He's helped on, but that's May to just try and clear it up. Looks a bit scrappy. Pouton wins the next ball, knocks it on for James. He could be dangerous coming forward. He's a quick lad. Came in as a sub in that cup tie, but he's lost out there against Alan Moore. And that'll be a Burnley throw. But 30 yards from the Burnley goal. Here's Mo Camara with it. He'll have one eye on that African Cup of Nations quarter-final tomorrow against Mali. CW, of course, who plays for Gillingham in the Marley squad. This is Henderson laying it off now for Pouton. Pouton with the ball forward for Agyemang. He'll get there just ahead of the Burnley defence. Looks to try and get a cross in. Pouton will take this right-footed. It's a header well over the target by Danny Spiller. And that'll be a goal kick for Burnley. Not as many fans that made the cup tie. There's a few in the cricket field stand, but it's only a few hundred.
Certainly, it's not many, is it? And it's a rather good turnout for the cup game, and don't think they fancied another long trip to Turf Moor in the same month.
Yeah, it is a long, long way, isn't it? We possibly faced 2 games against Millwall away, so we're going to know what that's all about. But Telford and Millwall replay again on Wednesday night. Let's hope that goes ahead and Burnley know what they're doing a week today. It's either Telford or Millwall away in the 5th round of the Cup. Neil Wood can't win that header. It's in the middle of the park, knocked forward by Smith. Header back here by Henderson. Oh, it's given away. Glen Little picks up the loose ball, skips past one challenge, goes to the floor. There's no infringement. Paul Danson's adamant there wasn't a foul there. Burnley trying to win the ball back here through Grant. Nice layer from Henderson, finds Spiller down that left-hand side. He's up against Lee Roche. Ups the ball on, looking for Agyemang. Will he keep it in play? That looked doubtful, but he did, just about. By the corner flag, he skipped past 2 challenges. Burnley needs support here through Chaplow. He's conceded the first corner of the game. Good to see Richard Chaplow working back, though.
Yeah, tracked back well. Agyemang just broke away from the 2 defenders, and you see young Richard Chaplow alert to spot the danger.
And they've kept Alan Moore and Ian Moore up at the moment just to try and keep the Gillingham defence occupied. But it's a corner, it's swung in. No chance for Jensen to come for that. Header won by May, but he's got another chance here just to clear it. And he's found Glen Little with the second clearance. Almost 3-on-3 if he can release the ball. But it's James that got him first ahead of Alan Moore. Chaplow battling away to try and win the ball back. Burnley exposed a little bit here at the back. And Spiller's found a ball for Henderson. Henderson running in towards the box. Good work from Roche, just held him up for a moment or two there. But he has got support. Chaplow gets a boot in there. He's Agyemang. Agyemang back here now to Leon Johnson. Going to get it back as Agyemang. Got those white boots on that far side. Tries a bit of tricky footwork. Then Hessenthaler looks to give it him back. Chaplow's just defeated there. Tries to knock it past Roche. McGregor covering. Knocks it into the Bob Lord stance. That's a throw-in to Gillingham. They've perhaps had the better of things in this opening 9 minutes. Scores 0-0. Spiller looked to get a ball in here towards the far post. Henderson gets there ahead of Jensen. Headed over the bar. But there was an offside flag anyway. There'll be a free kick to Burnley. Just 1 or 2 worrying moments there.
Pushing forward quite a few Joe's players up for that attack there, and thankfully offside flag already up, but Jensen left with no cover really.
Yeah, there wasn't in the middle, was there? The linesman was alert enough to get his flag up. Here's Jensen with the kick, aim down the middle. Chris Hope will win that no problem. Glen Little trying to get back to win it ahead of Agyemang. Roche will have to knock it out of play. Throwing to Gillingham. You sort of sense in the first 10 minutes we are missing Robbie Blake.
Yeah, certainly it's a bit more nervous than we do when Robbie's in the side, and it's starting to rain now, so it's going to make the surface a bit slippy. But Agyemang.
Oh, no, Henderson's offside here. Sorry, Andrew. Jensen was out of his goal quickly. There was another offside flag, but again, indications that Agyemang and Henderson are a good partnership.
Yeah, certainly Agyemang just dropped back a bit there, received the ball, and released Henderson. It's good yard offside, I think, there, but Jensen again alert to the danger.
He was out quickly to meet Henderson. Didn't know the flag had gone up. So some sort of incident that Robbie Blake got booked for late in that cup tie. It just riles you a little bit. I don't think Robbie Blake could have done much more than play on at that stage. That's Chaplow almost taking the ball out, but Roche will get the next ball here. Leaves it for David May, the skipper. David May knocks it back to Brian Jensen. Keeping Rachubka out of the side at the moment, and it is absolutely throwing it down here at Turf Moor. Jensen with a big kick, looking for Glen Little this time. Little backing in perhaps to Leon Johnson there. He's turned his man nicely. Little tries to get forward again, but it'll be cleared again by Barry Ashby. Big clearance from him. And that'll go all the way through to Brian Jensen. If conditions weren't bad enough, torrential rain I think is not going to help, but Brian Jensen's got the ball now. So having a look up, seeing where Glen Little is. I think this might be aimed for Glen Little down that right hand side. It is. Little trying to hold on to it ahead of Leon Johnson, but he's shown too much of that to Danny Spiller. Spiller comes away with the ball. Nice ball forward, looking for Henderson. This is a different Gillingham side than the one we saw in the cup, and gets a cross in, but it's easily taken by Brian Jensen. Comfortable catch. And the sun trying to get out now, so we've had in all forms of weather. But they've started the better side, Andrew.
Yeah, they look the more confident of the two sides, and so they've opening 2 minutes we were camped in their half. It's been the other way since.
Yeah, Burnley chased that ball well, and Barry Ashby had to knock it into the James Hargreaves stone. Good work from Ian Moore and Alan Moore. Alan Moore's going to take the throw, gives it to Camara. Camara looked to get a ball in, gives it to Neil Wood. Not seen too much of Neil Wood yet in this game. Ball forward for Agyemang, cut out nicely by Mark McGregor. Here's Tony Grant, puts his foot on the ball. Doesn't need support here though. We'll find it from David May. May has a touch, has a look up, looking for Ian Moore. Bounces off a Gillingham defender, gives it Alan Moore. Alan Moore got caught there by Kevin James. That's a free kick for Burnley. Good touch from Alan Moore.
Yeah, it's knocked it past James, good turn, and he wins the free kick.
Yeah, he's got quick feet as Animal. Maybe hasn't got the pace to go behind the defence anymore. And Burnley have got a free kick. Just finding out from Paul Danson exactly where that's got to be taken. Well, Camara's placed it. David May's forward. Mark McGregor's up as well. So plenty of numbers in and around that box. Camara's hit it long. Won't reach Glen Little. Header away, I think, by Henderson. So that'll be a throwing to Burnley, just in front of the Gillingham technical area. And Chaplow ready to take it. Hasn't got too many options at the moment. This is where Robbie Blake always makes himself available. Every time he wants the ball from these situations. Little gives it back to Chaplow. Chaplow's run into trouble there, and that'll be a throwing to Gillingham. Everything goes through Robbie Blake normally, doesn't it? That's the problem.
Like you say, waiting around then for a player to take the ball, and not many options for Richard Chaplow.
Yeah, it is a solid 4-5-1 from Burnley today. Swamping the midfield in the hope that we can get up there and support Ian Moore at every opportunity. Roche had to almost leap over the back of his man there, Henderson. He's committed a foul. Free kick to Gillingham just inside the Burnley half. The reins were relented just for the moment, I think. Free kick then to the Gills. They've got some numbers forward this time. Agyemang, Henderson, Pouton getting in there. It's aimed towards the penalty spot. Flick on, but a comfortable take for Brian Jensen. No problem whatsoever there. I think it was Barry Ashby that won the ball. In fact, it wasn't. It was Chris Hope. Big kick here from Jensen. Johnson wins the header, nods it out. It'll be throwing to Burnley on the halfway line. Scores 0-0. We've played 14 minutes. 3-1 2 weeks ago. A very cold day at Turf Moor. Here's Glen Little. Helps it on for Neil Wood. Good to see him get a touch. And he finds Camara getting forward here. Agyemang covering him. But Camara will fancy this. Look to try and get across him. He's won a corner. Great work again from Mo Camara.
Yeah, great work, like you say, on the overlap. And Agyemang tracking back there. He's playing quite well so far. But this corner for Burnley.
Yeah, Wimbledon have let a lot of their players go. McInough's gone in recent weeks. And here's Burnley with their first corner of the game. Little with it. It's looking deep towards David May. Can't win the header. Wonder if Chaplow can pick up the loose ball here. He can. It's down that right side. It's up against Andy Hessenthaler. Wins another corner. That's good work from Richard Chaplow. Up against a very experienced player. Wins himself another corner. 19 last week, of course, Richard Chaplow. Plays for England under 19. So I think it's next week in Holland. We'll wish him well with that. The corner to the Clarets. Wood will take it because it's on that far side. Swings it in left foot. It's a good take, but it's too hard perhaps for May. He just reached to win the header. He'll have to collect it on his boots now. He's going to try and turn. He needs support. Wins a throw in. It's good work from David May. He was up against 3 defenders. At least he won a throw in.
Yeah, a bit deep for Maisie there, and got a head on it, but he had to chase his own flick on.
Yeah, he had to in the end, didn't he? Neil Wood's got a good left foot. Just overhit that corner a little bit. Alan Moore's come close to try and take this throw-in with Glen Little. That's a poor touch. He's given it away to Pouton, but Burnley win it back through Grant and Little. And Little's on a run here, tries to go through the middle of the defence. Burnley getting each other's way here, Moore and Grant, but he's given it to Alan Moore. Alan Moore down this left side. Ball was behind him. Bit of a pantomime stuff, just left the ball behind for the moment, but he's won a throw-in. Anyway, chance to redeem it. Takes it quickly, finds Camara. Camara wins another throw. At least we're penning them back a bit now, Andrew.
They were now off for a fairly decent spell a couple of minutes ago, but it's all Burnley at the moment.
It is Camara with the throw, finds Grant. Grant trying to flick it over Smith. There's a hint of handball there, but Burnley have won yet another throw-in. This time level with the Gillingham penalty area. It's 0-0, played 16 minutes. Third time these sides have met this season. Burnley have won the previous 2. 3-0 in Kent in August, and 3-1 in the Cup 2 weeks ago. Crowd getting behind the lads. Glen Little can't reach that throw though. It's away by Hope into no man's land. That'll be a Burnley throw away on that far side. Just running out of ideas a little bit in those throw-ins.
Again, like you say, missing Robbie Blake already this opening, what, 20 minutes or so. So again, nobody really coming for the ball and no creativity up front.
Yeah, we just need that link man, I think, at the moment. Glen Little's trying hard to be that person, but there's a foul throw here by Lee Roche. So the throw will switch over to Gillingham. Burnley subs today. Rachubka, the reserve keeper today, on loan, of course, from Charlton. Dean West, Luke Chadwick, Paul Weller and Bradley Ors. Good to see Paul Weller back in the squad. Header won there by David May, but it might fall for Agyemang on that far side. Roche trying to get at him. Good feet as Agyemang knocks it back to Johnson. Johnson on immediately to Smith. Smith going to knock it back here to James. James leaves it for Ashby. Ashby trying to dig a ball out. Roche wins that though, finds Little. Will Little knock it back to his keeper? He will. Jensen will have to hit this first time on his left foot. Does do. Here Moor will chase this, but Ashby will win the header, no problem. Smith will win the next one ahead of Chaplow. That gives Grant a chance to knock it square towards Wood. That was nearly a very good ball through for Ian Moor. Camara makes a bit of a mess of the loose ball, but knocks it back to McGregor. McGregor will knock this forward, lump it forward. James to it first. Alan Moore, bit of tricks there. Back flick from him, but can't collect the ball. Hessenthaler back here to Pouton. Pouton with the ball forward, and there's no blue shirt anywhere near that. And Jensen will be able to collect. Again, it's about taking the ball down, isn't it, and creating something.
It's in the air quite a lot, and it's scrappy in the middle of the park at the moment, and I think both managers want their players to try and put the foot on the ball and just calm things down a little bit.
Yeah, we're looking for certain players to do that. Maybe it's Alan Moore and Glen Little today for Burnley. Here's Neil Wood. That's a poor ball. He's giving that away to Kevin James under hit. He's looking for Ian Moore down that left channel. James comes forward nicely, but he's given that away to David May. David May in turn gives it back to James. That's a bit sloppy from Burnley. Here's Richard Chaplow just to tidy things up. He's done well here as the youngster. Plays a ball forward for Ian Moore, and Ian Moore will chase this against Barry Ashby. Will Ashby get there first? He just does about enough. Wins it, concedes a throw-in, but that's where we can test Gillingham.
Yeah, again there, Chaplow, foot on the ball, just beat one or two men in a good ball, get Ian Moore stretching his legs.
Yeah, if that ball had just been that bit further, I think Ian Moore would have got there. He's certainly got Barry Ashby for pace. He's Camara uses Ian Moore. Ian Moore gets it back to Camara. Can he get a ball in? He's under pressure now. There's cover there. Oh, that's a good bit of skill from Camara. Got to the byline, whips it back for Alan Moore. Missed kick from Alan Moore. Has another bite at the cherry. Hessenthaler will keep it in play. Great skill from Camara. He got to the byline. He did everything he needed to do.
So they did good ball in as well, and Alan Moore, like you say, got his feet in a bit of a tangle there, and move brought down.
Yeah, another move broke down as we were speaking there, hooked away by Spiller. Here's David May to it first, finds Roche. Difficult conditions, got to emphasise that. A real swirling wind. Tony Grant with the ball forward. Ian Moore's chasing this against Barry Ashby. Ashby was giving him a good, fair old tug there. Knocks it into the Warsteiner stand, no problem. Referee happy enough. Throwing to Burnley. Here's Grant coming forward to collect the ball. Here's Glen Little now. Looks to try and feed Roche. He's won himself another throw-in. Way on that far side. Just keeping Agyemang and Henderson up at the moment, Gillingham. Here's Chaplow on his left foot this time. Nice ball in. Very close to Ian Moore. The keeper collects it. Jason Brown immediately rolls it out for Kevin James. This lad's got pace down this right-hand side. We've got to be careful of him. A ball forward for Henderson. Henderson takes it down on his chest. Turns inside McGregor. Got away from McGregor there. Henderson might fancy a dip here. Has a shot left-footed, but straight into the midriff of Brian Jensen. And that's their first sign of really an attacking attempt for quite a while. We've had the better of things.
Yeah, sustained spell of pressure from the Clarets, and like you say, thankfully restricting Gillingham to that just one long shot in the last couple of minutes.
Big kick from Jensen causes all sorts of problems at the back for Gillingham. Alan Moore can't collect this on the run. He's caught his man. Be a free kick to Gillingham. It was initially Ian Moore that caused problems, chasing the ball hard. Ashby let it bounce. They half cleared it. Alan Moore couldn't pick it up on the run. And the crowd were a bit frustrated with that. It'll be a free kick to Gillingham. Taken by Brown, looking for Henderson again. Header won by Little. Smithing strongly to win the next one. May will clear this. No mistake, no frills. Hits it high and long. Burnley chasing to try and get under it. Tony Grant battling hard. But it'll come through here to Kevin James. Gillingham are not going to lie down today. It's a different side than the one we saw 2 weeks ago. That bounces off Henderson. Nice touch there from Alan Moore. Finds Camara in space. Camara with a long ball forward looking for Ian Moore. Ashby will just let that go through to Jason Brown. Got to get the ball behind their defence, but we can't pump it forward in the air because Ian Moore won't win much.
Well, certainly it's not a shaky opening couple of minutes. We seem to have settled down well, but we still need that ball on the deck, and I think Moor will probably have any of those defenders for pace if it's on the deck.
Yeah, trying again, long ball, he just runs and runs all day. Ashby happy to let it go out at first, then has to knock it out for a throw-in. Let's hope, in fact, that was marking Moor over on that far side. Moor's got them, both of them, for pace. Strong rain now to go with the wind. Little hurdles one challenge down there. He's been fouled. That'll be a free kick. Gillingham not happy with the decision. Paul Smith contests it with the linesman, but it's to no avail. It's a Burnley free kick. What, 10 yards from the corner flag. Little always seems to play well against Gillingham. Is he going to take the free kick? Wood's there with him. Burnley have got numbers in the box. David May's there. McGregor's in there. This could be interesting. If the Clarets could get a ball in here, I think it'll be Wood that will going to swing this in left-footed. Two-man wall, swings it in nicely, low and hard. It's headed away though by Henderson, coming back to help his defence out. But Burnley have got a chance to get another ball in here through Glen Little. Skips one challenge, but he's got problems here. He was pushing his man, according to Paul Danson, and that'll be a free kick. Little's furious. I think he was being tucked back, wasn't he?
It was an appeal for handball there, actually, against Gillingham, but the linesman didn't make any decision. It was up to Danson, the referee, to make it.
Yeah, and he's given a free kick to the visitors, taken by Jason Brown. Burnley will pick up the loose ball here through Camara. Let's have a look up here to see what's on. Moor just running back to prevent him being offside, and that made the ball look a poor one. It's gone all the way through to Jason Brown. Missing Robbie Blake a lot today, Burnley. 17 goals for him this season in all competitions. Scored in both games against Gillingham before today, 2 in the cup tie, in fact, 1 at the Priestfield Stadium. Here's Brown, big kick down the middle. Henderson flicks it on. Roche to it first though, heads it back to his keeper. No alarms in the Burnley defence on that occasion. 24 minutes played, it's 0-0 here. Jensen with a big kick, Little wins it, but Paul Smith wins the next ball. It's a touch back by Henderson that Johnson will just keep in play. Digs out a good ball. Burnley were in problems there for a moment. Jensen gets there, clears it left-footed, almost switched his feet there very quickly. And Burnley have got to try and win more ball in the Gillingham half. They've got to throw it. Alan Moore wants it quickly from the ball boy. Crowds have come on Burnley. The floodlights are now on. A real mixed afternoon here at Turf Moor. It's left for Moor Camara. Again, people have got to offer themselves. Neil Wood does. Credit to him. Can he get a cross in? Looks to, but he's hit that behind the goal, and that'll be a goal kick. And a chance for Gillingham just to catch their breath a little bit. Jason Brown not happy with something. Gets the ball eventually, and we'll be underway in a moment or two. Gillingham's last win here, you've got to go back 4 years. It was 3-0 that day. Year 2000, April 2000. Good and Ashby and Smith scored. Now we thought that had knocked our promotion hopes for 6. But the Clarets under Stan Ternent came back very, very strongly to get an automatic spot at the top. This is going to be Agyemang. May wins the header. Here's Little. Little trying to get forward here, but he's giving that away, I'm afraid. It's going to be a ball forward, long ball forward, looking for Henderson, who wins the header. David May and McGregor combine well. Alan Moore knocks this back to Tony Grant. Tony Grant will have to just hang on to this, and then waits. 360-degree turn, gives it to Lee Roche. Grant, incidentally, thinks on 4 yellows, not 5 as reported in some places. It's a ball forward towards Ian Moore. Ian Moore looking to get across him, but he's hit that too early, I'm afraid. Jason Brown will collect it comfortably. That's a problem, isn't it? When Ian Moore goes wide, we've got to get some numbers in the box.
Yeah, with Blake usually being up front with him, there's usually the 2 of them up there, but Neil Moore more of a midfield. Neil Wood even more of a midfield role this afternoon. It's an awful challenge.
It's come off Chris Hope's head. Chaplow in there as well, but can't collect. James with the clearance. Henderson fancies this up against McGregor. McGregor just gets in front of him, wins the next header, but not properly cleared. Ball forward looking for Agyemang. Camara jumps, but it's going to fall loose here for Henderson. Camara in there to win the next ball. It's found Chaplow. Good turn from Chaplow. That's a really good turn. He's away from one man. He's going down the middle here. He's waiting for support. Not getting a lot, it must be said. Needs to use Lee Roche down that right-hand side if he can. Who's being fouled by James, but just release Roche. That's a ball forward from Roche. Chaplow won't keep that in. And that'll be a goal kick for Gillingham. But great skill from Richard Chaplow.
Again, he's the man who's put his foot on the ball. Good turn again, and he looks like he could be our most creative player this afternoon.
Yeah, certainly does. He's got a bit more freedom because the midfield's, I think, more packed.
It certainly is. It allows him to get forward. He likes he's a very box-to-box player, and I think he'll enjoy having a five-man midfield.
Goal kick then to Gillingham. Taken by Brown. Header won by Little. Here's Chaplow. Hits it against the defender this time. Time to knock it back though to Grant. Grant slides in, gives it Roche. Roche with the ball forward, but that's gone out of play. And that will be a throw-in to the visitors. Halfway inside their own half. Sun shining again. It's a real all weathers today, but it is bitterly cold at Turf Moor. Classic game. Burnley need to win this one to get Gillingham within our reach. Glen Little wins the header from that throw. Pouton will just help this forward, looking for Agyemang. McGregor wins the header though. Smith in strongly to win the next one. Flick on here from Hessenthaler. Henderson trying to flick it on in turn. Here's Glen Little battling away to win it. Just about keeps it in play, looking for Moor. But Holt to it first. Finds Henderson with his clearance. Two appeals for handball in there, but not given. Here's McGregor to come out of defence to collect it. That's good work from Mark McGregor. Feeds Camara down this left-hand side. Camara getting forward, needs support, but he's going to take on James. James is a quick lad, he won't get past Kevin James. James has conceded a throwing. Thought he was foul, points to the referee quite strongly. But a good run again from Camara.
Yeah, just knocks it past James, and like I said, never really going to beat him, but gets the throw.
Wood gave that ball away, I'm afraid, from the throw-in, but Agyemang battling away with Wood. It's left here now for Smith. Ball forward from Smith. Spiller flicks it on. McGregor at full stretch. It was May, in fact, at full stretch. Gets there, clears it left foot. It's a good ball, and Moor will chase this. Oh, it's gone out of play, unfortunately. I was getting excited. Moor was getting excited. But it's a throwing deep in the Burnley half. Score remains 0-0. United winning at Everton. Louis Sarr got the goal. Bolton are leading Liverpool by a goal to 0, I noticed as well. Arsenal leading at Wolves. Just having a quick look in our division. 2-2, remember, at Derby. Throw taken by Wimbledon. Coventry are leading at Forest. 1-1 Rotherham Reading. Proctor scored on his debut. Here are Gillingham on the ball. And trying to get it down this right-hand side here with Hessenthaler, their player manager, at 38. Still very fit. Always found Smith. Good work from Tony Grant, intercepts that. Here's Chaplow. Good feet from him. Knocks the ball forward, but he's giving it away to Kevin James. James with the ball inside to find Smith. Good turn from Smith, gets away from Grant. Good challenge though from there from Wood. It's a turn from Agyemang. Oh, he's got away from his man here. Chance for Patrick Agyemang. Has a shot, but comfortable save in the end for Brian Jensen. It's 2-0 now for Manchester United at Everton. But that was dangerous again from Agyemang.
Yeah, quick feet, quick change of the feet, and he's wiggled his way through there. But it's a weak shot at Brian Jensen.
It was a powder puff shot in the end. Jensen with a big kick. It's gone all the way through to Jason Brown. Half an hour played. We've certainly not taken any advantage of the wind in our favour in this first half so far. So around about this time we scored in the FA Cup game, if I remember correctly. And it was Moor, of course, that got the first that day. Pouton wins the header. James back here to Ashby. It's a wild old swing at that. One for the spot the ball next week. Neil Wood wins it. Knocks it forward for Alan Moore. It's a good turn from Alan Moore. Finds Moor. Gets it back. Needs to just try and feed Moor. It's just overhit. Nice play between the two. But that final ball was just overhit.
Yeah, the idea was right. And he's got too much power in it. And that would have been a good ball because Moor was through there.
It would have been. It's a sort of opportunity Moor thrives on. Neil Wood wins that header, but there's Paul Smith. Ball forward from him. Go all the way through to Brian Jensen. He rolls it out immediately for Roche. Roche going to have to give it him back because Spiller covered that quickly. Here's Brian Jensen off the floor. Not too much in goal action, really. Agyemang perhaps had the best chances so far. Burnley's best foul to Alan Moore when he miskicked after great work from Merle Camara. That kick's gone all the way through again to Jason Brown. He needs to underhit the goal kick somehow, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's at the start of the season he was underhitting him, but now it's say with the wind behind him, it's going straight through to the Gills keeper.
Yeah, and that's a ball forward that Henderson will win. Knocks it back here for Hessenthaler. Hessenthaler, who's so well as player boss at Gillingham, feeds Agyemang. Signing from Wimbledon. Back inside here for Pouton. Pouton on again for Agyemang. Almost getting in the way of his player boss. Quick 1-2, but Camara's on hand to win the ball. He'll hit this long, I guess. Moor almost in anticipation for the next ball, but Pouton will win it. Hit it straight to Grant. Grant can't win the next ball, but Chaplow's done enough to get it back here to McGregor. Bit crowded at the back. McGregor has to knock it back to his keeper. Jensen has a touch. Clears it left-footed. Aimed towards Glen Little. Little with a flick on. Can't win it. There's the fault of the defender Ashby. Little good work, flicks it on for Roche. Here's Roche coming forward now, getting into the Gillingham half. I'm not seeing too much of that. Gives it to Little. Come on, Glen Little now. He's got a chance here to try and turn. Wasn't fouled by Pouton. The referee happy enough. And Johnson comes away with the ball. Chaplow in strongly. Referee happy with that as well. So I suppose there is some consistency. Johnson's on his backside. May knock this back to his keeper. Jensen with a good kick. Aim towards Moor. Can he win the header? He can't. Hope will win those, I think, most times. Grant forward. Referee has to duck. Flick on from Neil Wood. And it's Hope that gets there first. McGregor to the loose ball. But again, it's a little bit aimless. Grant battles with Pouton to try and win it. Here's Chaplow. Again, given away. Hessenthaler and Pouton collected here. Back to James. James with the ball forward. Looking for Agyemang. Almost leaning into McGregor. And it goes all the way through to Brian Jensen. It's been a scrappy game so far.
Yeah, it's a very scrappy, ball in the air quite a bit, and there's an up and under from Jensen. He's under it, that one definitely, but could prove all right.
Yeah, there's a free kick here for some reason. I think Moor backing into his man, so it'll be a free kick to Gillingham. I'm not sure the legends will be too happy with what they've seen.
One or two of them who haven't been at the turf for a while will be heads in hands really, because it's not been pretty stuff this afternoon.
It's a scrappy game so far, but Burnley still on level terms. McGregor wins the header. Hessenthaler with it back into the Burnley box. McGregor again deals with it. Grant just heads it back there to Neil Wood. Didn't do him any favours, but Wood cleared it nicely. Moor chasing this. Ashby to it first. Alan Moore left the ball behind there. Smith knocks it on. Here's Hessenthaler. Hessenthaler with the ball forward, looking for Agyemang. Good work again from Mark McGregor. And it's going to be a Burnley throw. Mark McGregor's done well in recent weeks.
Very consistent and shows 2 clean sheets in 5 games, I think it is, this year already, and they've formed a bit of a partnership at the back.
Yes, they have. It's working well, May and McGregor, but Neil Wood's committed a foul here on Andy Hessenthaler. Just over 10 minutes of this first half to play. It's 0-0. Gillingham have got a free kick here in a dangerous spot, halfway inside the Burnley half, perhaps a little bit less. But it does mean that Ashby can come forward. Hope can come forward. It's Danny Spiller to take it. Right-footed, swinging it in towards the Burnley box. That's a header, but it's a comfortable take from Brian Jensen. It was Henderson with the header. And Jensen will clear this. This is just 3/4 hit it, if you will. He's hit that long. Little's chasing it. Smith's after it. Smith's done well. Turns, able to clear. Find his man maybe, but David May takes this down nicely on his chest. Has a look up. Moore's making a run for him. That's a good ball from David May. Moore's collected it down that right channel. Needs to try and get a cross in somehow. He's been really tightly marked there. Has to knock it back to Roche. Roche on immediately to Grant. Camara's made himself available down this left side if Grant can spot him. He does. Here's Camara. Can he get a quality ball in here? It's a deep cross. It's looking for Glen Little and Moor. Header away though by Gillingham. And this will be Spiller to complete the clearance. And Gillingham looking to break here with Henderson on that far side. He needs support though. Roche in close attendance. Doesn't get the support, and Chaplow nicks the ball off him. But Henderson back to win it again. He's done well, the former Reading man. Little in there battling as well. Has he fouled him? He has. The referee saw something wrong with that. It's gone Burnley's way. Interesting decision from Mr. Danson, that.
Yeah, with the Gillingham player on the floor, I thought he'd blown up for infringement against Glen Little, but it's not. It's gone the other way. So, like I say, some consistency. He's been wrong on most occasions.
Yeah, he missed out on that one, didn't he? Glen Little can't collect that ball. He's found his man there. There's no doubt about that. And I think he might have hurt himself in the process. Let's hope that's not the case. Little lunged after that ball, and I think he's picked up a knock. Let's hope Little's okay. It's a worrying few moments. Paul Smith's back to his feet. Little's on his knees. Now back to his feet, so I think he's going to be okay. Just feeling a sore knee, I think, there. He's going to be all right. Free kick then to Gillingham. Inside the last 10 then in this first half. No score, of course. And really not a lot of goalmouth action. Not a lot going on at the moment. Jason Brown with this free kick. Back after injury today. His return after that injury. Right-footed. Looking down the middle for Henderson. Doesn't reach that far. I'll tell you how strong the wind is. But Hessenthaler got away from his man here. Just trying to get a ball in perhaps here. Gives it to Henderson. Henderson looking for Agyemang. But Burnley will clear this. Here's Wood on the ball. Not seen too much from him in this first half. That's a lovely pass. Finds Ian Moore down this left side. Ian Moore needs support again. Finds it from Camara. Camara wanting a movement from Alan Moore. Didn't get it. Has to come inside for Grant. That's good skill from Grant. Let's get past Hessenthaler. But Hessenthaler coming back at him. Oh, Burnley giving this away here. This could have been dangerous, but Roche is on hand just to tidy things up. Again, it's very crowded. Camara wasn't getting a run he wanted there, was he?
Certainly wasn't. Like you say, with the Burnley 5 in midfield and 4 from Gillingham, it's getting crowded in the middle of the park there.
Just too crowded at times. I think somebody needs to get forward a bit more. It's down to Little and Alan Moore, I think, to support Ian Moore. There's a free kick here. Liam Johnson all over Glen Little. And Paul Danson just illustrating to the young fullback. Look, he had lumps of Little's shirt. I had to give that one. United are 3-0 up now at Everton. Newcastle are beating Leicester by a goal to nil. Burnley got a free kick in a good position here, and it's taken quickly. Finds Chaplow. Chaplow hits it, but it's been deflected behind for a corner. Bradford are leading West Ham by a goal to nil. 2-2 Derby Cardiff, as I told you earlier. Coventry leading at Forest. Rotherham 2, Reading 1 now. Andy Monkhouse has got that goal. And Walsall are leading Crewe by a goal to nil. Watford are leading Sunderland by a goal to nil. Here comes Wood with the corner, swings it in. McGregor trying to get there. Ashby to it first. It's out of the area now. Grant battling to try and win the next ball. Couldn't really get it under control, but here's Glen Little to help out. Going down this left side this time, up against Andy Hessenthaler. Trying to turn. Hessenthaler's got hold of his shorts there, but Little's done well. Finds McGregor. McGregor helps it on for Chaplow. Burnley's best player in this half for me. Chaplow trying to put a ball in. David May trying to take it on his chest. Hessenthaler got in there ahead of him. It's the referee, would you believe, in there. Here's James to try and complete the clearance. Knocks it down the channel for Agyemang. Oh, Camara committed himself there. Oh, and then he lost the ball. Lost his bearings. Here's Agyemang running at McGregor. Knocks it past him. But he's held him up a little bit there. Agyemang trying to get across him. And Camara has to concede a corner. Sloppy defensive play there from Burnley.
Certainly was. He done ever so well to nip him before Agyemang, and then the ball kind of spun away and he lost his bearings, as you say.
So second corner of the game to Gillingham. And Hessenthaler not hurrying to take it. I guess they're happy whilst the score remains 0-0. 5 minutes to go in this first half. He's got plenty of numbers in and around there. Ashby, Hope. It's a right foot swinging away from Jensen. They've won the header, but it's well wide of the target, and that'll be a Burnley goal kick. I've got to say, when I've seen them a couple of times before, that they're not the best side in this division.
Certainly not. They don't offer much, and certainly didn't in the cup game. Like I say, a bit of a different side this afternoon. I don't think they'll roll over quite as easy as they did in that game, but I say the Clouts keep plugging away. There is odd gaps at the back.
It's a game that Burnley have got to get a result out of. Alan Moore can't win the header, but it'll fall for Grant. It's a nice ball forward from Grant, looking for Chaplow, but the keeper's out of his goal to collect this. And Chaplow just waiting to see if it fell out of his grasp. The referee happy enough. Jason Brown, I think, had something to say, but Chaplow had every intention there of just following and see if it spilled out of his body. Takes the kick, does Brown. Looking for Agyemang. Agyemang up against Roche. Try to take it down, but Grant's in there to win the next ball. Thumps it forward. Ian Moore will chase, but Hope to it first. Knocks it back to his keeper. Brown on his right foot. Good clearance. Wasn't going to make a mess of that. That's down that left-hand side. Spiller trying to win it now against Chaplow. Has done. He's nodded it forward for Hessenthaler. Good challenge from Grant. Hessenthaler picked himself up. Did Chaplow catch him? Referee happy enough. Here's May. May forward for Grant. Grant's under pressure here. Nice ball, though. Releases it for Camara. Camara needs movement here from Alan Moore. Camara just waiting and waiting. Knocks it forward, looking for Neil Wood. Header won there by Gillingham easily in the end. Pouton will keep it in play. It does for Grant. Grant trying to help it on for Alan Moore. Clearance here from Ashby. Dug it out. Ball forward. Henderson flick on. But there's Neil Wood. Gives it to McGregor. McGregor with the ball forward. It's given Ian Moore a lot to do here. Ashby let it bounce. Happy to let it go out of play for a goal kick. Gillingham will be happy with this first half than Burnley.
Certainly will. They've travelled up here quite a long way, and so they've done all right so far.
Yeah, they have. They've battled hard. There are a lot of men out. I think it's something like 9 men out with either suspension or injury. So they're certainly under strength. Chaplow trying to win that header against Spiller. Appeals for handball against Hope. Gets away with it. Ball forward. The crowd didn't agree. You'll gather that. But his ball forward is a poor one. It'll be a throwing to Burnley. 3 minutes then of this first half to play. May looking down this left-hand side for Alan Moore. Not seen enough of Alan Moore in this first half. He gives it to Camara immediately. Camara gives it back to Alan Moor. Oh, has he kept that in play? Thought he got away with that, just about. Knocks it inside for Grant. Grant on for Roche. Burnley got to get men in the box here. Here's Roche. Can he get forward and put a cross in? Uses Little on that outside. Looking to get a ball in. Oh, nice idea for Roche, but it's an easy clearance in the end for Gillingham. Agyemang battling to try and win the next ball. It's knocked back by Wood for McGregor. McGregor on for Camara. Camara coming forward here. Uses Ian Moore. It's a good turn from Ian Moore. Skipped away from Pouton nicely there. Has a shot from distance. It was very optimistic. Well wide of the target. But we want the players to have a go, don't we?
Yeah, certainly shoot on sight, and they're never really going to trouble Jason Brown in the Gills goal, but that's what we've been restricted to this first half. Bit chances really for both sides, and neither side really deserving to be ahead. And I think Andy Hessenthaler will be happy with the two managers.
43 minutes played, and that's our first shot at goal, real shot at goal. Came from Ian Moore. Bit of frustration for him, I think. He fancied a goal from a long way out. Here's Leon Johnson, released by Charlton, now playing full back for Gillingham. Gives it to Agyemang. He's got away from his man just for the moment, but here's Neil Wood tidying up in the midfield. Camara then offering himself on the overlap as ever. Camara back inside for Wood. Wood will have a look up here. He's got Little in the middle. Feeds Little. His first touch let him down a little bit there. Alan Moore ran into his man. Knocked back towards Brown. Brown with the clearance right-footed. It's down the middle of the park. Header won by Henderson. Hessenthaler will tidy this up. Gives it to Leon Johnson at left back. Gillingham perhaps finishing the half the stronger of the two. That's a poor ball though to Spiller, but Spiller's done well with it. Couldn't keep it in play though. Won't be happy with Leon Johnson. That was a poor ball. Roche ready to take the throw. Throws it inside to Grant. Grant with the ball forward. A lot to do here for Glen Little. Ashby's happy to let that go out of play for a Gillingham throw-in. A really scrappy first half, and it won't help Burnley. Gillingham with 36 points, Burnley 31. It's a game Burnley really have to win. We've heard that Watford, Walsall, Rotherham are all leading at the moment. Bradford, in fact, as well at second bottom. So certainly a draw's the favourite result for Gillingham at the moment. That throw-in's gone out of play, so Burnley got a chance this time. David May will leave it for Lee Roche. Roche not getting a lot of support. Burnley have got to move at these throw-ins. Grant will get it back to him. It's not the best of balls inside, but Alan Moore will win the header. Knocks it on nicely here for Neil Wood. Has a shot. It's blocked comfortably in the end, I think, by James. Ashby will try and complete the clearance. He's Pouton. Pouton inside for James. Oh, James took on too much there. Chaplow across to win the ball. Alan Moore fancies a run at James, but James wins the challenge as he picks himself up. Not back here to Ashby. Ashby's sliced that, and that will just about stay in play for Mark McGregor. McGregor up against Agyemang. Got caught nearly in possession there. And here's Pouton to pick up the loose ball against Chaplow. Ball back towards James. McGregor to it first and slices it out of play for a Gillingham throw. Perhaps best forgotten. Not the best football you're going to see. Here's James. Ball inside. Oh, McGregor and Camara getting a bit of a mess there. But there's an infringement. Agyemang was pulling McGregor back. Free kick to Burnley. We'll bang on the 45. Jensen not happy with something, but it'll be a free kick to Burnley. Missed Robbie Blake so much in this first half, haven't we?
And neither side creating much, and I think much of that on the Burnley side of things is just the absence of Robbie Blake.
Yeah, he's the creative force. That's the half-time whistle. 0-0 here. Burnley's best chance on 19 minutes. Good bit of skill from Camara. Got down the left flank, took it to the byline, hooked it back, and there Alan Moore unfortunately miskicked, and the chance was gone. Ian Moore really only having the shot, only one shot on goal. 43 minutes, and that was well wide. Couple of hard chances for Patrick Agyemang, but I said in commentary, it's a game, it's a half perhaps best forgotten.
It certainly is. It's I don't think many of these will be going home and telling those that aren't here about it. It's very tedious first half, and let's hope, fingers crossed, hope for a better second half.
Yeah, I mean, we'll regroup. I'm sure we'll come out fighting in the second half. It might be Sam Ellis doing the half-time talk. We'll find out for you. But it's 0-0 at the moment. We'll be back for the start of the second half. Leave you the news. It's Burnley 0, Gillingham 0. make a difference in the second half. Gillingham going to get us underway for the start of this second half. They're attacking right to left, and Paul Danson just checking with his assistants. I think he's ready to get us underway. 0-0 of course in the first half. Let's hope that Burnley can get into this game in the second half. It's gone back here to Kevin James. I'm just getting in our way now. Grant just inadvertently flicks that on. It's cleared by Camara. Header won again by James. And a cross pitch there towards Hope. Flick on here from Hessenthaler. Gives Pouton a touch of the ball. Forward towards Agyemang. Agyemang back again to Hessenthaler. Plays some nice football there, Gillingham. It's back with Pouton again, the former Grimsby lad. Agyemang dummied that, looking for James. And Neil Wood knocks that into the Warsteiner stand, and that'll be a throwing to Gillingham. No changes then for Burnley at the start of this second half. Jensen in goal, back four, Roche, May, McGregor, Camara. In midfield, Little, Chaplow, Grant, Wood and Alan Moor. Up front on his own, Ian Moore. Agyemang just pushed Mo Camara there. Free kick for Burnley. I'm sure Brian Jensen will come out of his goal to take it. We just looked at half-time, Andrew. Some of these sides winning, Watford, Walsall, Rotherham. We don't want them closing the gap.
Certainly don't, and like I say, let's hope those games turn like we're hoping this one will, because need to try and extend that daylight between ourselves and the relegation zone.
Yeah, we won't play in the league next Saturday. 2 weeks from today, we've got Ipswich at home. Ian Moore's chasing this, putting Jason Brown under some pressure. Dummied the kick. That was very, very bold from the lad. Clears it left-footed in the end. I'd like to see him try and do that again. McGregor thought he was heading that towards Camara, but Hessenthaler in quickly to nick it off him. Here's Hessenthaler trying to run there at Wood. Gives it away. Here's Grant. That's a good ball forward from Grant, but Alan Moore can't win it. Pouton in too strongly for him. There's James for Spiller. Spiller hooks that forward. Agyemang chasing. McGregor happy to let that go out of play. Will it eventually go out of play? It does. Behind for a goal kick. Looks a proper defender as Mark McGregor in those situations. He sort of outfoxed Agyemang there. That'll be a goal kick for Burnley. Difficult condition, must stress that. A really, really stiff wind, and that's not helping the play out there at the moment. 0-0 it is. Brian Jensen with the goal kick, left-footed. It's gone down this right-hand side again. Ian Moore will try and win it. He can't. Flick on from Hope. Finds James. It's a poor ball from James. Ian Moore started to chase after it. Knocked back by Leon Johnson to his keeper. On his right foot this time. Good clearance from Brown. Henderson wins the header, flicking it on for Agyemang, but there's McGregor first to it. McGregor with the ball forward. Wood can't win it, but there's Tony Grant battling to win the next ball. Alan Moore comes away with it. Here's Glen Little. It's got Alan Moore further ahead. Uses Alan Moore. Roche trying to get forward as well on the overlap. It's inside for Little. That's good play from Burnley. Little inside the box. Puts a cross in. Might fall for Wood. Might still fall in there for Ian Moore. Alan Moore. Oh, it seemed everybody had half a chance in there. It wouldn't fall for Burnley, and eventually Gillingham come away with the ball. Interception here from May. Stabs it forward for Chaplow. That's a poor ball this time from Chaplow. Henderson on for Spiller. In there is Grant to try and win the ball back. Roche back to McGregor. McGregor square for Camara. That was an opportunity. It just wouldn't fall for us.
Bounced up awkwardly a couple of times, given away by Camara.
He has, yeah, and this could be dangerous the other way. Pouton trying to tee himself up, but all credit to Camara. At least he came back and won the ball back. He apologises to everybody.
Certainly did, like you say. It's slightly more lively this second half already, but like that Burnley chance a couple of seconds ago, it just wouldn't fall to anyone. It was spinning and bouncing around, and 3 or 4 players had a bite at it, but couldn't fish it into the back of the Gillingham net.
Burnley had the first taste of the strong wind they're playing into, because that kick from Jensen held up in the wind. Here's Little, back to May. May on to McGregor. It really is very blustery. I'm sure you'll pick that up in the mics. McGregor with the ball forward. Leon Johnson to it first. You've got to assume the ball's not going to travel to you in these conditions, I think. Chaplow comes away with it somehow. Alan Moore feeds Little. Ian Moore's further forward down this right channel. He'll collect it. Try and get across him perhaps. He's got support from Little. Uses Little. We need a good half here from Glen Little. He's up against Pouton. Trying to go to the byline. Pouton's done well, won the challenge, but it's a Burnley throw. Right by the corner flag. And it'll be Little to take it as a problem. Jason Brown was waiting for something from the dressing room perhaps. Stewart hands it to him. But we're ready to continue. Lee Roche with the throw again. Not too many pen offering themselves. Chaplow comes to it. Has he won a corner? No, it's a goal kick. That was disappointing from Burnley. And it'll be a goal kick for Gillingham. Different game to the cup tie 2 weeks ago. There's a lot more skill, I guess, in that game.
Yeah, certainly it's a bit better conditions, I think, 2 weeks ago as well. And like you say, the main factor, I think Robbie Blake was available 2 weeks ago, picked up that buck and a little harshly, I thought, and I think he probably be the difference between the two sides today as well.
It's a class act in this division. Clearance here from Kevin James. It'll go through to Camara. Camara didn't give Grant a good ball there. Spiller chasing hard, but Grant's done well. Gets a round of applause from the crowd. It's done well there as Grant. Helped on here by Alan Moore for Camara. And strongly there at Gillingham through Pouton. Throwing to Burnley. Halfway inside the Gillingham half. Camara with it. Not the best of throws. It gave Smith a chance to get in there. Ball forward for Henderson. Remember, he scored in his last 2 visits to Turf Moor, but giving it away here at Gillingham. Chance for Burnley to have a run here through Glen Little down that left-hand side. He's won himself a throwing, 10 yards from the corner flag. Score remains 0-0. Past the 50-minute mark now. Bright sunshine for once at Turf Moor. Throw to the Clarets. It's gone inside for Glen Little, but it's too much on it. To it first was Hessenthaler. Thankfully, McGregor won the header, but Henderson knocks it forward looking for Agyemang. May, will he leave this for Jensen? He will. It will go through to Jensen inside the box. Comfortable in the end for Burnley. John Angus did the half-time draw, the Golden Gamble draw. Good to see John Angus back at the club. One club man, John Angus, over the years. Just remember him at the end of his career. Camara wins that header, but has to turn and chase as it goes out of play. It'll be throwing to Gillingham. And very, very swirly, difficult conditions. Throwing to Gillingham, halfway inside the Burnley half. It's gone back here to Paul Smith. He just hooks it forward. Might get another chance here, but Chaplow and Grant have done well to clear the decks. Glen Little trying to win the next ball. Thought he got caught there. The referee having none of it. Chance for Agyemang here, but Jensen out quickly. And there's an offside flag anyway. I thought Glen Little was caught. I thought that was a foul.
So did I. He's not had anything. There 1 or 2 in the first half where he thought he'd been fouled, and Danson's disagree with him again there, and it looks like he's back on his feet now, Glen Little.
Yeah, he's going to be okay, I think, no problem. I mentioned the record between these two sides. Burnley won 7, Gillingham 5. 3 draws. Burnley have had the better things in recent times. Oh, and that bounced up off Jensen and very, very nearly caught Jason Brown out.
We were on about the goal in the early 80s there, Burnley Bolton, and we almost saw it there.
Before your time, I think, but I do remember it. It was a bizarre goal, and that very nearly happened there, but into the wind somehow. Roche battling with Agyemang, but he's knocked that ball out of play. That'll be a throwing to Gillingham. Thought he'd come away with the ball there, Roche, but it was a little bit sloppy. Just takes it out of play. Throwing to Gillingham. Spiller with it, gets it back quickly from his player manager. Hessenthaler helped in on again to Leon Johnson. Got concussed last week. I'm surprised to see him today. I thought you needed to stand out for two weeks, but he's playing. This is chance for Burnley. Ian Moore's picked this ball up now, and he fancies a run at Ashby. Tries to knock it past Ashby, goes to the floor. That's a free kick. Ashby knocked his man off there, and it's the linesman that flagged. I'm not certain Paul Danson will have given that.
Well, it should be a booking really as well. Just pushed Ian Moore aside. Doesn't look like we're going to get anything. And tell you what, it's not there, Mr. Danson. He's pulled it back a good 10 yards from where it was, and he doesn't want to have a word with Barry Ashby, I don't think.
He's just letting play continue with a free kick here. I think Wood will get this into the box. Little's just placing it for him. It's the left foot then of Neil Wood. Little places it. Wood will swing it in. It's gone towards the far post. Headed away by Gillingham. Comfortably in the end. Wood in there to try and win the next ball, but Spiller in there strongly, and it's forward towards Agyemang. If he can turn and run here, this could be dangerous. Chaplow getting back, Grant getting back to try and help the defence. James is forward here. Hessenthaler's in space on this far side if he can be found, but that's great battling from Tony Grant to come away with the ball. Excellent stuff from Tony Grant. Gives it to David May. David May having a look up here, looking for options, looking to give him more a ball, but he's never going to get on the end of that. Jason Brown, for some reason, comes out, knocks it into our stand, the James Hargreaves stand. Be a throwing to Burnley. Great work from Tony Grant at the back.
So there was, went in hard on Hessenthaler and just came away with the ball very nicely. And look for a moment, there might have been a break on for the Clarets.
55 minutes played, it's still 0-0. Burnley have got a throw deep in the Gillingham half. Roche back to Chaplow. Will he get a cross in here, perhaps? thinks about it, looks to put a ball in towards Alan Moore. Alan Moore does win the header, but it's headed away by Hope. Grant, oh, it just bounced awkwardly for him. His man got away from him. It's Hessenthaler. It's 3-on-3 almost. Roche getting back to try and help the defence. Hessenthaler lays it off for Henderson. Got caught perhaps there. Henderson's taking it out of play, and that'll be a throw-in. I did think Roche caught Hessenthaler though there.
It's not looking very hard. The former United lad on the Gills player manager. Again, the referee not really wanting to stop this game.
Yeah, he's a type of guy that lets things go. On another day, it'd probably make for a good game, but today it's not been the best of matches. Down the middle, Moore trying to flick it on, but it'll go through to young Jason Brown in the Gillingham goal. And he'll look to launch it. Somebody shouts, get those subs sorted. Stan, he's not there, I'm afraid. Unfortunately, not too well at the moment. We wish him well. Let's hope he's back very, very quickly. Smith wins that header. Camara heads it away. Ball forward. Nice ball forward for Moor. It's Chaplow. Chaplow's got Camara steaming down that left-hand side. Wood elects to get it down the middle. That's a poor ball. Holt wins the header. Cleared by Spiller. And that'll go out of play just in front of us for a throw-in to Burnley. Got to remember, Andrew, the conditions aren't good, are they?
Oh, certainly not. It's still quite a solid performance from the Clarets. Just neither side creating much, and could be a break on here though.
Yeah, Moor's chasing this. Chris Hope happy to let it go out of play. And it'll be a goal kick for Gillingham. Always just favoured Hope there. The ball was bouncing, running away from Moor. Gillingham 5 points ahead of Burnley. You sense the point would be a good result for them. Got Hessenthaler just playing behind the front two at the moment. It's almost 4-3, 1-2 for them. Burnley 4-5-1. Not a rigid 4-5-1 because Alan Moore and Glen have got licence to get forward as much as possible. Here's Alan Moore, wins the header. Ashby to win the next one. Stretch of the leg from Grant, but he's just giving that to Spiller. Chaplow working hard there to win the ball back. Little skip past one challenge. Wood feeds it forward nicely for Alan Moore. It's just a chance for Burnley. Oh, Alan Moore played the ball forward. It doesn't really link there well with Moore, and it's gone through to the keeper. Almost a pat on the back from the referee, Danson. It's not happening for Alan Moore at the moment, is it?
Not. He's certainly trying, but nothing's really coming off. A couple of poor touches first half. And again, they're not quite on the same wavelength as Moore and Glen Little.
No lack of effort. He's trying hard enough, but it's just not coming off for him at the moment. That ball goes through to Brian Jensen. Difficult day for keepers, but neither one have been tested. You'd think crosses on a day like this would cause keepers problems.
Yeah, we've had 5 corners, I think it is so far. 5, yeah. And neither keeper looks to be struggling with crosses.
Well, they've not had to collect anything. Here's Chaplow, his best player for me, but he's just running to a bit of a cul-de-sac here. Keeps the ball in play, tries to knock it on for Little, but Paul Smith was ready for it. Johnson hits it against Little, and that'll be a throw-in to Gillingham. Remember, Telford and Millwall play again, or try and play again, on Wednesday. That's a 4th round tie. That's next Wednesday. Hopefully the result there. Burnley will be either away to Telford or Millwall next Saturday. All the ticket arrangements are on the website. Get along and support the Clarets if you can. Agyemang wins this, flicks it on, but David May will pick up the loose ball, knocks it back to his keeper. Agyemang continues his chase. Oh, dummied it there, did Brian Jensen. That was a touch dangerous. And then knocks it wide for Camara. Camara, ball forward. Grant up against James, flicks it on his ground. That's nice. Tony Grant in an advanced position here. Looks to feed Moore. He's overhit that though. The keeper will come out and collect comfortably in the end. Again, it's that final ball, Andrew.
Yeah, I think Grant was a bit surprised himself to find him in that far forward, and unfortunately over at the ball for Monroe.
Yeah, it was in the end. It was a shame because the move looked promising. Big kick there from Brown. Burnley going to have to watch this. Might fall for McGregor. McGregor on to Camara. Camara with the ball forward for Alan Moore. James in quickly to win it. And that'll be a throw to Burnley. Again, strange sight now because it's quite bright. The floodlights are on. It's a very, very blustery day. Foul throw against Camara. He seems very quick on that, Paul Danson.
It's twice he's penalised Burnley on that far side, and Lee Roche first half, Camara this half, and I think Camara had stolen about 10 yards anyway.
Yeah, he had to be fair, hadn't he? But very particular, Paul Danson, about that. Gillingham have given the ball away this time. Moore, Wood back to Grant, ball forward for Chaplow, who couldn't collect it on the run. There's Ashby to Hope, ball forward from Hope. Agyemang nearly getting away from Camara, but good header from Camara. Smith feeds Agyemang. Here's Agyemang again with his white boots. Finds Smith. That's a poor ball this time from Paul Smith. It'll be a throw into Burnley. Looking at the subs, Rachubka, the reserve keeper, and Dean West, Luke Chadwick, Paul Weller and Bradley Orr. I don't think it'll be long before there's changes.
I think Sam will probably have a good look at it and just give it another 5 minutes and see if he can get either Orr or Chadwick on, or perhaps even Paul Weller.
Yeah, Weller was playing well before he picked up that hamstring injury, so it'll be interesting to see what happens there. It's now 3-1 at Everton. Everton 1, Manchester United 3. Just getting to our division. Bradford 1, West Ham 0. Millwall 1, Stoke 1. Coventry still leading at Nottingham Forest. Rotherham 3, Reading 1. I think Rotherham are going to win that game. Watford 1, Sunderland 0. So those results are not looking that good for us at the moment. Burnley got a free kick just inside their own half. Cries have come on Burnley. The crowd trying to get behind them. McGregor with the kick. Moor with the flick on. Moor just went behind Little. He might still collect it though. It's up against Johnson. He needs support. Still fancies turning and running. Gives it back to Roche. Roche will have a look up here. Uses Grant. Grant needs to get a good ball in here. Feeds Chaplow. Chaplow can't get on the end of it, but he's won a corner. Burnley's 4th of the game. That was better football.
So there was again on the deck. We seem to be doing more on the deck than in the air.
Taken quickly. Here's Neil Wood. Puts a ball into the box. 6-yard box. A crowded 6-yard box. Oh, I thought Burnley had won another corner there. Little had won a corner of Johnson. But there's a problem. Infringement spotted. It'll be a free kick to Gillingham. Jason Brown, rather pedestrian figure in that goal. He's going to take his time with it. It'll be Brown with the goal kick. On this day, we won at Preston back in 1998, 3-2 that day. It was Pouton, Andy Cook and Neil Moore. A big win for Chris Waddle's side that day. Grant with the ball forward, but to it first is Hope. Knocks it out of play. Chaplow will leave the throw for Roche. Again, nobody offering themselves. Roche having to go back a pace or two. Throws it towards Chaplow. Chaplow can't keep possession. Hope with the clearance. David May wins the header. Here's Roche. Needs to get a ball in there somehow. Looking for Ian Moore. It's Hope to it first. Has to concede another throw-in. They're very conscious of the ball getting behind them, aren't they, the Gillingham defenders?
Certainly are. A couple of times we've seen if he's going to go behind and just knock it out.
Well, that's a good ball from Roche for Chaplow. Ball inside from Chaplow. It's defended well by Gillingham. Chaplow gets the ball first. Has he won a throw? He hasn't. Liam Johnson's just kept it in. Here's Spiller trying to get it out of defence. That's good interception from Grant. Oh, he did well there. Here's Chaplow. Chaplow feeds Little. Can he get across it? Oh, he's caught there by Hessenthaler. He's claiming Little dived. There's no doubt about it. That was a free kick. And I'd have the player boss in the book for that.
He's doing. He's not happy with that, isn't the referee? He was over there very quickly, but seemed to claim Little have dived. Doesn't help himself, Andy Hessenthaler. He tries to win pretty much every game, and quite rightly this time I think he's going in the book. No, it's just a talking to.
It's just a talking to in the end. He's not taking his name. Wasn't happy. I don't think he insinuated he died. Here's Little. Puts in towards the far post. Oh, it was nearly a chance at the far stick, but it's headed out in the end by Gillingham. It was David May coming in at the back post. It's defender Chris Hope that got there just ahead of him, and that was nearly the opening.
It's good loft the ball towards the back post. The keeper didn't move. And like you say, David May almost at the back stick there.
Good defending from Chris Hope. Just got there just ahead of him. And another corner for Burnley. It's good pressure from the Clarets. Swung in again. Can it be flicked on? It is. Oh, he very nearly got there, David May. But hits it into the side netting. Flick on at the near post. David May hanging around at the far post. His shot into the side netting. And it's a goal kick for Gillingham. But good to see Burnley and the spell of pressure.
Yeah, a bit better from the Clarets. Good piece of skill to win the corner the first time and then get the free kick. And like you say, good spell of sustained pressure from the Clarets.
Jason Brown just taking age with these goal kicks. Right foot, it falls on the floor as he takes it. Spiller flicked it on. There's David May. Half an header away, but Smith flicking it on. Series of headers. Hessenthaler, smallest man on the pitch, finds Agyemang with a header. Agyemang up against Roche, trying to turn. up against Chaplow, but the loose ball will fall here for Glen Little. Little will have a look up. He's got Alan Moore ahead of him. He's got Ian Moore ahead of him. Good ball for Ian Moore. Ian Moore needs to run at Chris Hope here down this right channel. Needs to get a ball in, perhaps. Dummies it. Almost lost the ball behind him. Needs support now. Ian Moore holding on to it, just trying to wait for support. He's having to come back almost now. Feeds Chaplow. Good work from Chaplow. Looks to get a crossing. Wins another corner. Great stuff from Burnley. Coming alive the game a little bit. That was good play from Ian Moore. He had to wait and wait, but he found Chaplow in the end.
Yeah, again, it just shows more reserve role for Neil Wood than he's used to.
Crossing from Neil Wood. Header away from Liam Johnson. The keeper's coming. He was panicking there. Oh, shot from Grant. Over the mark, but the referee had blown anyway. It's shot from Ian Moore, it was. Overprotected there, I thought, the goalkeeper. We did nothing wrong there, Burnley, did we? We're just going for the high ball.
Ball's up and under, and you've got to challenge that ball, and it's a bad decision by the referee. I don't think the linesman spotted anything wrong there.
Well, there was nothing wrong. It was a ball that was headed by Johnson into the air, and then a cluster of players were after it. One of them was the keeper. He's not a big lad, and I don't think we impeded him at all. David May wins that next header. Is that going to be a Burnley throw? It is. It's got deflected off a Gillingham player. Little with it. Wants action. Wants it from movement from his fellow players. Going to get the ball back here is Glen Little. Skips past one challenge, but then runs into the tenacious Paul Smith. Poor clearance from Gillingham finds Camara. Here's Camara now coming forward. Fancies a shot. Oh, you might find Richard Chaplow here in the D. Knocks it back for Little. Little tried to thread it through. Asking too much really there, maybe Glen Little. Camara picks up the loose ball. Back to McGregor. Ball forward from McGregor. Headed away comfortably by Ashby. Come on, Burnley, this game can be won yet. Here's Hessenthaler inside the centre circle. Knocks it on for Spiller. 1 or 2 boos for Hessenthaler for I don't know if his graphics really when Little went down. Tried to imply he died. Here's Hessenthaler again. Just helps it onto that right-hand side for James. James on the ball. Normally a striker at right back today. Puts a ball in. Oh, slides to try and reach it. McGregor didn't really collect it. Spiller helps it on. Now for Johnson. Johnson trying to get a crossing with his left foot. It's blocked comfortably by Chaplow. Chaplow after the loose ball as well. Little will win the loose ball. Nice ball forward for Alan Moore. Alan Moore runs into James though. Gillingham come away with the ball. This is Spiller trying to get through the middle. David May battling to win it back, but Smith's on hand as well. Burnley win it. That's good work from Burnley. Here's Glen Little. Little coming inside his man. That's good work. Looks to feed Tony Grant down this right-hand side. Here's Grant. Ball in from Grant. It's a super ball. Ian Moore with a chance. Oh, it's a super save as well from the keeper, Brown. What a ball from Tony Grant. How did he spot that?
Fantastic. Well, even Addis, I thought he put it into no man's land. You saw Ian Moore steaming through. Gillingham about to make a substitution. Like I said, what a ball from Tony Grant. Spiral pass behind the defence. Good effort from Ian Moore, beaten away by Jason Brown.
Going to be a change for Gillingham. Just struggling just to see who's coming on. I assume it's Rod Wallace, I think. It is Rod Wallace, former Leeds and Rangers player. He's replacing Darius Henderson. So he's not going to make it a hat-trick of goals on Turf Moor visits. Rod Wallace has been out a long time, a bit injury-prone since he's come to Gillingham. Scored in that 4-2 win back in 2002, I remember. And he's on now to partner Agyemang up front. But Burnley have had a good spell. Great chance for Ian Moore. He did well. It was a good save, I think, from Jason Brown. Tony Grant, great stuff down this right side. Not sure what he was doing in the right wing position anyway, but he found Ian Moore. Great ball, great vision from Tony Grant. Throwing now to the Clarets. Chaplow just trying to stab it back to Roche. Didn't perhaps do him any favours. Spiller hooks it away. Camara to it first. Deflects off Wood to find Alan Moore. It's a good header back by Alan Moore. Finds Camara. Burnley going to make a substitution in a moment or two. I think it might be Chadwick about to come on. Clearance from Gillingham. Well done, McGregor. He wins the ball. There's Camara. Knocks it inside for Chaplow. Chaplow back for Grant. Grant feeds Roche. It's a good ball. Just a little bit beyond Roche. You just keep it in play. Looking for support. Gets it from Ian Moore. He's worked so hard in this game. Just trying to turn his man. Knocks it back inside for Grant. Grant onto it quickly. Trying to knock it forward for Grant. It was just half blocked. Here's Camara to pick up the loose ball. Collects it on his thigh. Knocks it forward. Nice ball forward. Here's Alan Moore. Looks to get a good ball. Oh, it's a chance for Burnley. Oh, just as Glen Little was about to pull the trigger, the challenge came in. That's another corner for Burnley. That was a great move.
It was good ball forward from Camara to Alan Moore. Good touch inside from Alan Moore and Glen Little. about to pull the trigger. Good challenge from the Jules defender.
Here's Little with the corner. He's gone into the box, trying to flick it on there at Burnley. Won't fall for Chaplow though, and Hessenthaler's got a chance to get it away. Chaplow battles with the player boss and fouls him. Be a free kick to Gillingham. Here comes the Burnley change. Be interesting to see who's coming off here. Gillingham had taken the free kick and will kick the ball away. It's Alan Moor that's coming off to be replaced by Luke Chadwick. It's not really worked out for Alan Moor, but that last touch nearly created a goal.
Certainly did, and you see he's tried and tried, but it's not really come off this afternoon for him.
No, it hasn't. Alan Moor's had some great games for us in the past, particularly that first sort of 6 months with the club, but today it didn't just quite work out. He'll have another better day, I'm sure. Chance here though, and it's Spiller well wide of the target in the end. Had an opportunity, had a crack first time. On another day that might be a goal, but well wide of the target in the end.
Yeah, not going to trouble Brian Jensen, and the Gillingham substitution just stopped us a bit in his track really. A couple of minutes delay, and seems to lose a bit of momentum that way.
If you're under the cosh, it's always a chance just to get a breather. Not the best of kicks from Jensen, just held up in the wind. Here's a chance for Rod Wallace to stretch his legs for the first time, but he's fouled his man. Be a free kick. I'm not happy with the decision. Reminds me he's waving his flag. Rod Wallace won a league championship winners medal with Leeds in '92 before the Premiership was formed, so he's certainly in the twilight of his career. Brian Jensen with the free kick. Chadwick on now, of course. He's gone down the right hand side, Little down the left, trying to get more support, I think, for Ian Moore down the middle. Camara heads that out of play. We're inside the final 20. Burnley 0, Gillingham 0. Throwing to the visitors on that far side with James, looking to try and find Agyemang. Had a won by Camara, but it'll be another throwing for Gillingham. James again with it. Looking long towards Agyemang, flick on, looking for Wallace, headed away by McGregor. Grant, oh, his touch was too heavy, he's given Wallace a chance, and Jensen comes out and heads it. But it's a chance for Hessenthaler here. Burnley got numbers back, headed away by Roche in the end. Burnley haven't quite cleared the decks, but they've won a throw-in. It's come off Spiller. Amazing sequence there. Grant looked to try and knock it back to his keeper. Left him a lot to do, but Brian Jensen came out and headed it.
Yeah, he did ever so well with the header, and then managed to get back in time for the ball back in. He's not cleared yet though.
Now Roche with a left foot attempted clearance. Might fall here for Glen Little, and a audacious back flick to try and get Wood in. But it might fall here for Camara, been one of Burnley's better players today. Knocks it forward for Wood. Got to stay on side there as Chadwick. Has Wood won a throw-in on the far side? He has. Well, that was a strange set of circumstances. It ended with Jensen having to head the ball away. And Wallace was bearing down on him. Throwing to Burnley. Camara with it. Throws it long, finds Little. Down that left-hand side now, Glen Little. Just trying to change things. He's had to concede a goal kick on that far side. Defender hit it into him. And that'll be a goal kick for Gillingham. 0-0 it remains. I guess inside the last sort of quarter of an hour, anybody can get a winner.
So they can. The longer you leave it, the less goals that'll win it. Really, one goal in this last 15 minutes could prove to be the winner for either side, and you'd certainly hope it's the team in claret and blue that's going to get it.
Jason Brown's taken far too long with this goal kick. I'm surprised Paul Danson's not really done anything about it throughout the game. He's just indicating to Ian Moore that he's adding time on. Brown with the kick, right-footed. Carried in the wind that time. McGregor wins it. Ian Moore trying to win the next ball. David Main strongly to win it. Chaplow heads it back in towards the centre circle. Ian Moore tried to find his man. It's got deflected forward. Grant in there strongly to win the next ball. Here's Roche. Roche with the ball forward for Chaplow. He won't kick that in play. Well, he has, but he's given it to Hope. Hope back to Brown. Chaplow chases it. Brown gets it away right-footed. Agyemang and May clash again, but May wins the header. Here's Spiller. He's coming into the game more and more. That's a nice ball for Agyemang down this left-hand side. Burnley have got to defend well here. Agyemang will look to get a cross in, perhaps. Already scored against Burnley this season. Found Pouton. Pouton's giving it away to McGregor. McGregor to Grant. Grant will have a look up here and find Glen Little. Little coming into the game a little bit more now. Finds Chadwick. If Chadwick can knock this forward here, it gives it Little. That's nice play. Oh, and Little tried to feed it forward for Moor. Just couldn't take it on the run through to the keeper, Jason Brown, but better signs.
Yeah, certainly good ball again. It's it was touched just a little too heavy there, unfortunately, and didn't really get it through to Moor.
It's Bolton 2, Liverpool 2. There's no Everton 2, Manchester United 3, so that's a bit of a comeback from them. Let's just see, West Ham have equalised good at Bradford. That's good news for us. Millwall 1, Stoke 1. The ball's in the middle of the park. McGregor's won it. Walsall 1, Crewe 0. Watford are leading Sunderland 2-0 now. It's getting no better there. So Watford are staging recovery. Coventry still leading at Forest, which I guess is an important result for us. But I can't see Forest going down, Andrew, can you?
You'd certainly think not. And
oh, it's gone through to Wallace. Chance for Wallace here. He's had a shot and it's wide of the target. Oh, it was the wind that caused the problems, I think, there. Agyemang got a half flick on. It was ready to bounce for Wallace. He stabbed it wide, and thankfully it was wide.
Yeah, it seemed to favour Wallace more than the defence there, and I think he'll be disappointed he's not at least made Jensen make a save there.
Yeah, it's the big chance of this second half, and it fell to Rod Wallace. Ball forward. Moor will chase it. He's chased everything today. Ashby knocks it out of play. Throwing to the Clarets. Lee Roche has got the ball. Cries have come on, Burnley. Here's Roche with it, halfway inside the Gillingham half. Good touch on there from Chadwick. Finds Wood. He might fancy a shot here, Wood. Oh, he's got under that. Goal kick then to Gillingham. Big kick from Brown. Burnley have got to defend well now in these closing stages as well. We've got to look for them, get forward. But it's a game we can't afford to lose. Here's Chaplow trying to flick it forward. And it's going to be a throw to Gillingham, is it? Is it a free kick for some reason? Mr. Danson thinks that was a high boot. Might be a throw-in the end. There seems a total confusion out there. I'm sure he gave a free kick and then said, "We'll go on playing. If you want to throw in, you can have a throw in." May wins it. And Smith into in the next ball. Here's Agyemang trying to turn. Fancy feet. Gets away from Chaplow, but Chaplow never gave up there. Won the ball, surely it's gone Burnley's way. But we had the ball, so on both accounts, not the best decision. Grant wanted to take it quickly, and it's going to have to come back. Oh, might get the crowd going. Oh, no, it takes, isn't it? The referee, giving us a decision that we're not happy with. We might just get the crowd going, but we're going to see another substitution here. Struggling just to see the board. Pouton's coming off anyway. See who's coming on here. Yeah, it could be, couldn't it? We'll just see his number in a moment. Definitely Pouton's gone off. I think it might be the veteran Mark Saunders, as Andrew said. Scored for Plymouth in that game in '98 when we just survived relegation to the third division. It was 2-1 that day. Saunders went down with Plymouth. Ball forward, header won easily by Hope. Here's Wallace, nice flick on from him. Looking for his boss Hessenthaler down that right-hand side. James is going forward on the overlap. It's gone back though to Ashby. James will have to come back, one would assume. They're giving the ball away here. And Burnley just trying to keep hold of it. That looked a reckless challenge on that far side. And there's going to be problems here. Referee's going to want a word. I think it's with a lad that's come on, maybe. Saunders. But it's going to be a free kick to Burnley anyway. There's a challenge on Wood. It is Saunders that's having a ticking off from Mr. Danson. No card. His first touch, and it wasn't a good one. It was a pretty poor challenge, in fact, on the Burnley player. Free kick then to the Clarets. McGregor dummies to take it. Assume he's got to try and get it in the box here. It's aimed towards Glen Little. Header won by James. Burnley try and win the next ball through Grant. He's found Camara. Camara back to McGregor. McGregor's given that away though, unfortunately. James sort of manages to collect it onto Hessenthaler. Hessenthaler the ball forward. McGregor wins the next header. Grant will have to complete the clearance, but he's knocked it back to Jensen. Jensen on his left foot. Big clearance from him here. It's gone down that left-hand side, looking for Ian Moor and Glen Little. Here's Grant. Just knocks it on to Roche. Not sure he meant that, but here's Roche. Roche on to Chadwick. Chadwick trying to turn his man. Gives it Roche. Roche ball forward for Chaplow. Chaplow up against central defender here now. Puts a cross in, does Chaplow. Towards Little. It was a good cross. Little maybe got underneath it. Applauds Chaplow's ball. It was an excellent cross from Richard Chaplow.
It was a good curling ball in and a bit high, I think, for Glen. I don't know if he got a touch or not, but shame is that, like you say, good ball.
It was, yeah. Gareth Taylor would have loved that. Goal kick then to the visitors inside the last 10 minutes. 0-0 it is. Went all that time without goalless draws, and then we drew at Palace and at Wigan. Let's see what happens today. There's an infringement inside the centre circle. Free kick to Gillingham. Spiller is going to leave it for Hope. Hope will leave it from Ashby. It will be Ashby to take it. Knocks it square for James. Ian Moore just staying up at the moment for Burnley. James looking to get a cross in. It's half-headed away. Burnley need to complete the clearance. They have done. Roche finds Chadwick in space down this right-hand side. Chadwick wants to take this ball on here and try and get behind the defence. He's come inside. Finds Little. Little trying to flick it on. Will it still fall for Glen Little? No. Spiller comes away with it. Burnley just a bit exposed there. Roche getting forward. McGregor wins the next ball. Chaplow will knock it back to his keeper. A good break again. It's good to see Chadwick getting forward well.
Yeah, he's lively this afternoon since he's come on, more lively than he has done in the last few games. And again, they're good move inside and ball through for Glen Little.
It was again. It just didn't quite work for Burnley. Ball inside that Grant wins. Did really well there, did Tony Grant. Got caught, I thought. That should have been a free kick. The referee's playing on. That should have been a free kick. Grant was impeded, but anyway, Burnley can't win the ball in the middle of the pot. Well, Chaplow can't. Great work from Chaplow. Ball forward looking for Chadwick. He's on the run here, but he's won himself a throw-in against Liam Johnson. Looking to take it quickly again, Chadwick. Throws it inside for Chaplow. Always getting through a lot of work here, Richard Chaplow. Collects the ball, knocks it on nicely for Wood. Wood looking to put a cross in towards Glen Little. Little flicks it on! Burnley scored! It's Glen Little! We've waited so long for a goal from him. 14 months we waited here at Turf Moor, but Glen Little has scored. What a finish in the end. Good ball in from Neil Wood. Flicked it past the keeper. It's Burnley 1, Gillingham 0, and that's the goal we've been waiting for.
Yeah, it's a good ball though from Richard Chaplow, just onto the side, and it's a good ball by Neil Wood, and good finish from Glen Little.
Glen Little, yes, we've waited so long for a goal from him. He scored at Walsall back in March. But here at Turf Moor, 14 months without a goal in the league, and he's got us one now. He comes away with the ball as well. It'll do wonders for his confidence. Going through the middle, cleared though by Hope. Burnley have got to keep hold of this advantage now. It could be a big win for the Clarets. Camara knocks that inside for Roche. Roche just helps it on for Chadwick. Chadwick flicking it on. Wood just left it almost for Little, and Chadwick's on the break here down this right-hand side. The keeper's out. Can Chadwick get that ahead of him? Good work from Jason Brown. Won the ball. Keeps it in. That's good work from the Welsh keeper. Big clearance from him as well. David May will win it. Chests it down for Grant. Here's May. Might knock it all the way back to his keeper. It's important we keep hold of this advantage now.
It certainly is, and I say good does wonders for Glen Little's confidence with that.
Gillingham in possession. There was a foul on Spiller, but we're playing on. And Gillingham have got to come forward now. Got to take the game to Burnley. But Burnley have got to defend well here. James forward to Wallace. Guess he's a danger man, but he's lost out here. Here's Grant. He's been exceptional today for Burnley. Found Little. It's the old Glen Little now. Oh, he's found a great ball here for Ian Moor. Can Ian Moor take it on and score? He's gone wide. Tries to put it back inside for Chadwick. It's behind Chadwick. Just took it too wide maybe there, Ian Moor. But it is the Glen Little of old. But hang on a minute. Gillingham on the counter-attack here. Agyemang being pulled back by Lee Roche. That's a foul. No doubt about it. Free kick for Gillingham. But we're seeing the old Glen Little now.
Oh, he wants the ball now, and he's Great strides forward, and Roche is going in the book here, and I think one or two of the Gillingham players are a bit lucky not to be in the book.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lack of consistency there. If Roche is going to be booked for that, Mr. Danson could have had 4 or 5 in his book. I guess Agyemang was facing goal. He was getting away from his man. It's another substitution here. Richard Rose is coming on. So Richard Rose about to come on. He's replacing Spiller. Won't have long. 84 minutes. He'll have maybe 6 minutes. Hessenthaler will take this free kick. This is an important moment. Burnley have got some defending to do here. It's about 35 yards from goal. They'll swing it in for the big men, I guess. Burnley have just kept Ian Moor up for the moment. Richard Rose is a defender, so we'll stay back and try and mark Ian Moor. Hessenthaler with the free kick. He's got to swing it in right foot. It's gone towards the back post. It's ahead of one. Oh, what a great save from Brian Jensen. Moving to his left-hand side. What a save. That was going in the top corner. Spectacular save from Brian Jensen.
A super save from the beast is that. It's good header. I don't know whose header it was, but superb agility from the big ball.
Corner to Gillingham, swung in. Jensen can't come for it. Partially headed away. Camara trying to clear it. Has that come off a Gillingham boot? It has. It's a Burnley throw. What a save from Brian Jensen. Crowded area. That header was going in. He just rose to tip it over. He's got a lot of stick this season, but you've got to say there's odd saves in there that are top class.
Yeah, even during his sticky fingers period, it's a lot of decent saves from Jensen, and so far in 2004 he's been exceptional.
That was a top class save. Here's Glen Little. He's got Camara on the overlap. I'm not sure the listening stand Ternent will be too keen with that. Chaplow tries to find him, and the ball's gone out of play the far side. He's relentless, isn't he, Mo Camara? When he's chasing anything like that, he's almost like a madman chasing the ball.
A lot of energy. He certainly gets up and down that left-hand side, but you say just need to keep tight at the back.
Burnley have got the ball on that far side. Glen Little's trying a bit of trickery, but he's fouled his man. That'll be a free kick. Ooh, standing up there and squaring up to each other a little bit. Little having none of it, walking away from the incident. And that'll be talking to, I think, for Glen Little. Referee not happy. He's going to speak to both of them, and it'll include Richard Rose as well. It's going to be a free kick to Gillingham when we restart. It was Chris Hope with the header, we understand, that was goal bound, tipped over by Brian Jensen. Top save. Jason Brown's moved the ball forward behind Mr. Danson's back. He's missed that trick. Big kick from Brown. It's gone down the middle. Wallace trying to lay it off. Leon Johnson will come forward and try and win this. That's a good challenge from Luke Chadwick. Knocks it out for a throw-in. We're inside the final 3 minutes here. I don't think there could be too much time to add on here, because it was Gillingham that were wasting it. They're wasting their own time in effect now. Hope back inside here now for Rose. Rose has gone to full, but they've gone 3 at the back, I think, more or less, Gillingham here. Hessenthaler will give it him back. Burnley got to defend well here. Ball forward. It's been chased by James. He's gone forward. Does he want a corner? He has. Burnley were adamant that came off James. But it will be another corner for the visitors. Burnley leading by a goal to 0. Late goal from Glen Little. But got some defending to do. Ian Moore staying up now for Burnley. We'll see how much time's added on in a minute. The fourth official's trying to catch the referee's attention. It's going to be a corner swung in. Burnley need to win it. It's gone back in towards the box. Has it been knocked behind for another corner? No, it hasn't gone out of play. Rod Wallace elects to let it run out for a throw-in. Throw-in to Gillingham. Throw inside for Hope. Hope back here towards Hessenthaler. Puts a cross in. Headed away by Grant. Burnley need to win the next ball. Battling away. It might fall for Hessenthaler. Grant got balked there as he came away with it. Surely that was a free kick. But still got the ball of Gillingham. Here's James down that right-hand side. Oh, he's not let out of play. That'll be a goal kick. I've never heard such loud cheers for a goal kick.
Certainly a well-deserved goal kick. This relieves a bit of the pressure in this last couple of minutes, but looks like it could be about 2 minutes. Gordon not up yet, but he's just checking with the referee. And
I think it's 2 minutes, and I make it just over a minute of normal time to play. So I think with 3 to play, and it's Brian Jensen that's taking his time now with the goal kick. And I bet Mr. Danson makes him rush. Here's Jensen with it. He's got some good distance on that. Header won by Rose, though. Back into the middle of the park. Grant cleared here by Hope. Down the middle. McGregor first to it, skied the header a little bit though. Burnley need to win the next ball. Hessenthaler there, head of Chadwick, but that's a clearance from Roche, and a good clearance. Ian Moor will chase it. Knocked back by Hope to his keeper. Ian Moor will continue to chase. Good save from Brown early in the game as well. We mentioned Jensen's. That was a good save though from Ian Moor. McGregor came to meet it, but it's deflected back towards Rod Wallace. Hessenthaler trying to feed Agyemang. McGregor can't reach it. Headed away by Camara, helped on by Wood. Burnley going to have to defend well here. Chaplow with the ball forward. Bang forward. Chadwick will chase it and he gets there. It's going to go out of play though. It's a free kick. Hope jumped into Chadwick, 18 on 18. Tony Grant's got the man of the match. Can't disagree with that.
No, it's not the first time in the last couple of matches he's got that either.
It's a good ball down the flank for Chadwick. Can he get a ball in? Oh, he dummies the cross. It's good work from Chadwick. Knocks it back inside for Chaplow. Just wide of the mark. Right foot shot. And Gillingham looking to get on with it quickly now. It is 2 minutes, yeah. It's Brown's time now. Glen Little, his first goal here at Turf Moor for 14 months in the league. And how valuable could it be? His first of the season. Header forward, Ian Moor trying to chase it. Hooked away though by Hope. There's a big mad scramble now. McGregor will get there. Heads it back to Jensen. Oh, a valuable header there from Mark McGregor. Jensen happy to get the ball into his hands. And Burnley are close to a valuable 3 points here. Jensen with the kick. He's got caught in the wind. Smith wins the first header. Might fall for Richard Rose on that far side. Knocks it back to Ashby. Ashby hits it into Glen Little. Little might fancy collecting this, but Ashby wins the next challenge. Finds Hessenthaler. We can't have long to play. I make it 40 seconds. Great challenge on that far side from Tony Grant. He's had a great game. Throwing to Gillingham. Got forward quickly, looking for Agyemang. He keeps it in play. Just on that far side. Burnley trying to win it back. There's a free kick against Burnley. Almost by the touchline. Maybe this is Gillingham's last chance with less than 30 seconds to play. They've got away down that right-hand side. Cross in. Grant knocks it behind. It's going to be a corner right at the death. I make it. We've got 15 seconds left on the clock. They've got to take it quickly by my book. And they're getting numbers forward here. Burnley have kept Ian Moor up still. Maybe this is Gillingham's last chance of the game. How important it is for Burnley to keep this out. Swung in. Burnley need to win the header. McGregor has won it. But it's going to go back to the Tiger. That's the final whistle. Burnley 1, Gillingham 0. Glen Little with the goal. And what a valuable 3 points.
Certainly is good performance again by the Burnley defence. That's another clean sheet. Like you say, valuable 3 points, and perhaps a deserved 3 points.
Yeah, we've waited for a goal from Glen Little for so long. It was a good move in the end. I thought Neil did well, chipped it forward, and a good finish from Glen Little.
Yeah, I had off the suspicion that he might have been offside when he was stood there, but quite clearly onside, and it's a good ball from Wood and good finish from Glen Little.